So I like that this is really the first diode machine that I would be fine with leaving inside.
That laser is finally easy.
It comes with an HD camera for easier alignment, so the camera is pretty accurate. They can achieve up to 1 millimeter or even less. After the software is installed, you can see there are tons of ready-to-use projects.
I'm so happy with it.
I am so impressed with the quality of the engraving.
What we got so far?
And I really love the way that it turned out.
They are billing this as a magic box.
That is pretty darn cool.
Hello everyone, it's me Ria from WeCreat. Welcome back to our live stream. And here standing next to me is Cyrus. He's responsible for projects and content at WeCreat.
Yes, thanks Ria. Hi everyone on YouTube and Facebook. I'm so excited to be back since we have, so much to do today.
Yeah, so in today's live stream, we're addressing the questions from last week about image engraving or photo engraving.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show you how to use WeCreat machines to engrave beautiful photos. Especially if you are a beginner, don't miss today's live stream as we will have many tips and tricks that you might find useful.
So engraving photos is not only fun, but it also preserves beautiful moments. Unlike printed photos, WeCreat can engrave on various materials like wood, stone, cardboard, leather, and aluminum panels.
And not only that, it can also engrave on fabric, ceramic, glass, or acrylic.
Yeah.
And some materials need a bit of pre-treatment, like reflective surfaces, which need laser marking paper or
transparent,
washable finger paint like glass.
Yes. So today, we're using 3 machines, the 2-watt infrared, the 40-watt, and the 20-watt diode. We hope to create several projects during the stream and share some tips and tricks.
Yes, and so today we'll be engraved on anodized aluminum panel and share 3D engraving techniques and also the wallet engraving. So we'll be explaining different image dithering algorithms too. And this will help you to choose, adjust images and understand the algorithms to get the best engraving results. So without further ado, let's just start the first project, engraving a photo on an anodized aluminum panel. So we're going to put the materials inside. This is our 2-watt infrared laser. It can create really nice details on the surface, on the material. Okay. So first I have to plug in. I'll show you how to edit the image before engrave on it. So first, the picture we're going to engrave today is this father and son picture because it's Father's Day, right?
Yeah.
So I already did some pre-setting because I changed them to the grayscale, and we'll be using, you can actually use image R or just using our WeCreat function for image editing. So today will be the first project, we'll be using our WeCreat function for image editing. So you can just click here, edit image. If the image you have
has a background,
you can use this one to cut out. And this one is perfect. You can also adjust the size here. Let me just cut out for a little bit. Hold on. This one? Okay, and click confirm. For a aluminum panel engraving, don't forget to invert it. For any other like darker material, you have to invert it.
Yes.
I made mistakes about it before.
Yeah, you cost us a lot of money.
Not that, not really that, it's just testing. So first you have to invert it. And you want it to have a nice detail. You can zoom in to check if the details are perfect. This one, I think we should sharpen it for a little bit.
Okay.
You can sharpen it. Oh, you can see the difference of the hair. This one is kind of a blur. And this one, we enhance the sharpness.
Yes.
This will be nice. And the grayscales help you to adjust the contrast. You can zoom out to see. I want here, like the edges between the baby and the father. I want it to have a better contrast. Let's just adjust the grayscale. No, just make them lighter. So when it comes to small details that didn't have a, this is the original, like the problem from the picture, you can also use Photoshop or any other tools to make the small details like more, have a better contrast. For me, I don't know how to use Photoshop, but I'll have another tool for you. But this one, let's just start engraving and see the result.
So what we're doing right now is to make the edges more sharp, more distinct.
And enhance the details. Click on autofocus. Yeah, it's perfect. And for the 2-watt infrared laser, we've tested out the perfect power settings, and also we'll be putting the power setting down in the description down below after the live stream. And the power setting is for 100 and the speed for 200. And the line density, 150 to 180 would be really nice. And image algorithm, I'll just go with Jarvis. And later I'll explain the difference between different algorithms too. And I think this one just is great. And adjust the position here. Yeah, we can start. Okay, just click the start button and unplug it. After you send out the test, send out the mission for WeCreat, you can always unplug and start for another one. You can search for inspirations for working on your next project right away. And now, yeah. Let me just plug the 40 watt. So the first one, first, let me remind you, to get the best engraving result, choose a high resolution image is crucial. If your image isn't clear, or you can just use tools to enhance the quality. There are some websites offer free enhancement tools. Well, today we do the bitmap engraving, which is similar to a photograph made up of pixels.
Yeah, to go into a little bit more details, images are mainly divided into 2 different types, vector and bitmap. Vectors are made of dots, lines, and shapes, kind of like a company logo that you can add it with Adobe Illustrator. And bitmaps are like photos that you can add it with Photoshop. It's more analog, if you will. So comparing the two is sort of like cartoon animation versus like a movie. And then there are some tools that you like to share today, right?
Yeah, and there are 2 tools I'd like to share. First one is the ImageR. This is a laser picture processing website that many of you might know if you are not a beginner. But if you're new here, just don't miss it.
Yeah, that's spelled imag-r.com.
That we'll be using ImageR to processing the picture for letter engraving. And the first one we use our WeCreat Make It app. And this one I'll be sharing a small secret of mine for beginner. Here, but also another one I'd like to introduce to you is Gimp. Gimp, G-I-M-P, is this software is also a free photo editor. You can convert or adjust the image.
Yes, as most of you would know, Photoshop and Illustrator are not cheap. And since around 10 years ago, Adobe has switched to a subscription model. But you can buy a lighter version of Photoshop called Photoshop Elements for $99, but that's also missing some important features. On the other hand, Gimp is an open source, free alternative that does a lot of things that we need. So back to our discussion, like when you need to engrave a bitmap photo, all you need to do is to make sure the contrast and brightness look okay, right?
Yes.
That's pretty subjective.
Yes. And so now I'll be introducing you the 3D engraving techniques. Okay, so this one I'll be introducing you a secret.
Yeah.
This is the software called Meitu. Actually, it's a Chinese photo editing software. Like our girls, we use this software to beautifying our pictures, you know. But I think this one is really useful for 3D engraving.
So I never trust the profile picture on dating sites.
Yeah.
Because of this.
Yeah. So I think whether you are a pro or beginner, I think this is something like for the only one here in our live stream, exclusive details.
Yeah.
So you're gonna editing this. I think you guys can download on the website. I'll just put the download links below too. Import the file. For 3D engrave, we'll be using this one. This is the AI image that we downloaded from free laser picture website.
Yeah.
And as you guys can see, the functionality of 3D engraving, like you want the light, you want this face area to pop out and other area to have more depth. So I think for now, this image should be adjusting, like the face area should get a more highlighting.
Right.
So we're gonna use this portrait editing function and portrait discoloration here and change the color of the brush, just white, and the zooming. Yeah, just like this. It's actually a magic. I did the same method on this one. You guys can see.
Yeah.
And before that, actually, I did a lot of tests on 3D engraving, but this one so far is the best method.
So I think this is a free to use software, but with limited features unless you pay, right?
Yes, but the free version will work for 3D engraving too. It's enough for a free version.
Yeah, I think for the paid features is mostly fancy filters that you don't need for the laser.
Yeah. Yeah, and also you can use Photoshop for this too.
Yes, there are many different type of software that you can use for this.
Yeah, but it's free and it's really simple.
Yeah.
It's that simple, I would
It's
say.
made for idiots.
Not idiots.
I didn't imply it's you.
Just a tool. Like a kid can use this software to make adjustments of the pictures.
He hasn't been getting enough sleep, I think.
Yeah, and so the socket here, we're gonna highlight a little more, and the nose area here. And the ears too. Basically just the facial area. The ears.
Right?
Here.
That's because you want the face to pop out more, right?
Earrings here. Anywhere you want to pop out. I'm gonna do some adjustment here. You can just highlight. I think that will be enough. Just the facial area. And you can change the contrast for a little bit. Yeah, this will be enough. And save. And we're gonna import it to WeCreat Make It app. and adjust the size here. So first we're gonna do a autofocus and then we can adjust it. The power settings for 3D engraving, we've tested out. The perfect one is for power for 100 and the speed for 120. If you want to have more details, you can just increase the line density to around 130 to 50. That would be nice. And no, I don't recommend you to use the higher line density. And 20?
Because
and don't forget to choose the gray algorithm. I'll introduce you, I'll explain why, but later. But let's just start processing first. Adjust the size here and yeah.
this is what a camera is so important.
Yeah. You don't have to figure out where to put your image.
Right.
Or just to come back between your laptop and the
Yeah.
machine. And also we have a framing features right now. If you are familiar with Lightburn or other
You
laser
can
machines.
run the frame.
Yeah. Especially when you're working in like a darker material. Frame working is really useful too. Okay. So the good news is we're working on a one-click solution for you to adjust the picture. You just upload the picture and it will just turn it into a laser engraved version.
Yes. Ria and I were involved not only in hardware and projects, but also software development. We're in the loop for the next few software version updates. So let us know if there's any killer features that you want.
Yes, and we're aiming to make laser easy for everyone, including processing your pictures, making laser control a breeze. For beginners like me who don't know how to design, we also have an AI image generator. And in our apps projects library, there are tons of gorgeous projects designed for by our own designers. By the way,
This one?
yes, too. I like this one. And our new team member learned to use Vision in less than just a day.
She's just a college graduate, but she's quite smart.
Yeah. And so we already introduced you the photo imaging, photo editing of 3D engraving on wood. It's really a relief engraving, you know,
Yeah.
and we're just using our 40-watt laser machine. And here are some examples for 3D engraving. This one I tested out. It's quite good, right? And we have some examples before. Let me show you guys. This one
Yeah.
here.
I think this one I want to show again. Well, we're doing this again, so we'll do this.
Yeah. And this one too. You know,
And then
wood
this-
engraving takes a lot of time, so we'll just introduce you some of them, some of the examples of this, because this
Yes.
one actually takes about 40 minutes to engrave. So we're just be engraved on the small pieces of that. So for 3D engraving, we just use 40 watts because that would just define the have more power that to create a more depth look. And the functionality of 3D engraving is if you have an absolute black pixel in your image, it gets the maximum power.
Yeah.
And the absolute white pixels get the minimum power. So everything else is just in between.
Yeah.
So adjusting the image helps achieve the 3D effect. And when it comes to wood engraving, Air Assist is a game changer. And Vision has a built-in Air Assist. You don't have to turn in or turn it off,
Right.
and which will greatly improve your work and cut down on cleanup time afterward.
So I think
Yeah, we already showed you the examples of that.
so. There are some examples of 3D engraving, but we also have some other stuff to show our audience, right?
So talking about 3D engraving, not only on wood, there are 3D engraving on the slate stone here. I got 2 of them. Here. You can download those high definition, high resolution image like generated by AI or whatever. There are free pictures on the website too.
Yeah.
And next we'll be introducing you the methods on laser engraving. Oh, and this one is the fabric engraving. I made 2 because I forgot to invert one, but I think this comes out great too. So the next one we'll be introducing you is leather engraving, because talking about leather engraving, you know, it's high, the sharpness is really important because the leather itself would just blur the picture for a little bit. We made 2 experiment test version, this one, a little dog, and I like this one. And this one, they're just 2 different photo imaging methods, but 2 different effects.
Yeah.
This one we use image R, and this one I use Gimp. Gimp,
okay.
yeah, and to adjust the contrast and the brightness of this. But this one I think I use image R to create more sharpness.
Yeah, so this one actually had a filter effect, and this one is just adjusting contrast and brightness, right?
Yes. Well, it's
Right.
done at infrared laser engraving. And this too. This one I changed the method. Oh, this is nice.
Yes. So this is the aluminum
Yeah. We just use
Engraving.
WeCreat Make It up.
with a 2-watt infrared.
Yeah, this is nice. But I think there's just one problem here about the picture itself, because the edges of this little baby and the father, because the clothes, the color of their clothes are too
Yeah.
alike. There's no contrast. So
It's fine. It's
it's
okay.
fine.
If you engrave it on
but
the
the
wallet.
beard and
yeah.
face area is perfect.
Yes.
If you don't tell me, I don't think it's a metal board. I think it's just a picture, it's
Yes.
a photo of that. And this one, the leather engraving, I just converted of the picture to a pencil sketching version. There are also a lot of free tools on the website. You can try, you know, when
Change
it
it
comes
to a sketch effect.
Sketch effect works great on fabric or leather.
Right.
Because for those materials, it's really hard to create a depth look.
Yeah.
So sketching works really great.
So remember, for 3D engraving, the material we recommend is basswood. Wood choice matters a lot in 3D engraving.
Yes.
Like choosing one with minimal grain patterns and flaws.
Yes.
We recommend cherry wood, maple wood, and basswood, which is cheap and nice too.
Yes. For this one, this is the basswood, and this one is a pine wood. As you can see, the textures are quite different.
It's clean and smooth, you know.
But this one is so many textures itself, so we recommend you to use basswood.
That's why the fish, you know, it's very consistent, the color.
So basically, 3D engraving is using grayscale to create depth, dimension, and texture, so that you can create really dramatic effect. You can create a multi-dimensional looking photo that looks like it's got a real depth.
Yeah. So you can do something functional with it, like, you know, creating textures or making a grip on something that you need to hold on to, right?
Like a ping pong bat,
Yeah.
using our roll tray too.
Or even rolling pin, like a baking.
Yeah, you can personalize your cooking mold,
Yeah.
like using that. Maybe we can show the projects next time.
Yeah. It's going to take a long time to actually engrave it, but we can show the finished product next time,
Yes.
maybe.
And here's the tip for 3D engraving or any like photo engraving. Removing the background from your image helps the subject stand out. If the background isn't important to your image, well, just get rid of it. But if you do want to keep the background, separate the two during editing, like we did for the 3D engraving. I just highlight the part And then this is kind of the separate editing, right? And this will allows you to adjust each to optimal levels, and especially useful for this purpose. And so next, I'll be showing you some example, some pictures for engraving and also for the leather engraving too. First, let me unplug it and I'll be just link the websites, free websites where websites are useful for beginners in the description down below, and also all the power settings. For example, the picture searching, image searching website I use for a lot of time is FreePic. Okay. So for example, if I'm going to search for family photo here. So there are a lot of them.
You want something
example,
with
this
a
one.
clean background, or what are you looking for?
Yeah, this one is not actually perfect for laser engraving. Not all photos have a great effect under laser engraving. This one is kind of the edges between the characters and the background are not clear, and also the contrast is not enough, and also they're just you have to cut out the background first before you laser it. And for laser engraving, I would be recommending, oh, this one is perfect. See, clear background and contrast between different characters. This is perfect. So let me introduce you the another tool that I talked about. This is ImageR. We'll be engraving on this wallet, so I have to put it inside. But this wallet is not even, it's not level, so we're gonna put something inside it. Yeah.
Just like this. We're gonna put the coasters that we made. Oh,
yeah.
Actually, that's a good. We should show that too.
This is cork, right? Cork material.
Cork, yes.
Works great too. And just upload the picture here, just grayscale. The puppy itself is colored picture, and we just use ImageR to make them in a grayscale version. Like I said, if you're going to engrave on leather, two methods is perfect. First, you can use any tools to make it like a sketching version. Next one, you're going to make the increase the sharpness of the picture. So the first one of using ImageR, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube, and also for the ImageR official YouTube accounts, you can just go check about it.
We learned it in 2 seconds, I think. Right.
It's really easy, and I'll be using this Acacia for leather, and you can zoom in to check the details. I think the details are not that enough, so let me just increase the contrast. This is nice. And also the sharpen, you can also use an automatic sharpen. I'll be choosing 15. Yes. And also the gamma adjustment is important too. It also increase or decrease the contrast too. Yeah, I think this one works great. I just want more contrast here. And you want it to sharpen. I want more sharpness, but I think this one works great. You can also use Make It app to make more adjustments before you, if you want to do like other adjustments. This one is great. Let's just go with 25. After you're done, click Save. And also ImageR, let me just...
I think they also offer a free membership, a free tier, which is like 3 uploads per month or something.
Yeah, it's not enough for me, so...
Yeah.
Let me just open the Make It app. Yeah, we have to plug in. You can always unplug it or plug in after you send out the mission to Vision, and start a new canvas here and upload the picture you just processed. And Vision has the image editing for cut out the background too. And refresh the background. This is what I like about Vision's camera, you know. Oh, it's quite.
Do I need to put something underneath?
No, I have the frame. I have this square frame here. You can also hide the background here. Show background. The outline, you can just check the outline here. Okay. First, we're gonna do the autofocus. Let me check if everything is all right. Okay. So now you can hide the background, and if you want to do more adjustments, like you're gonna make them sharpen or less. So you can always adjust it. So let me hide the background. I think this one would be nice. Also, you can use Vision's editing function to adjust the contrast too. Grayscale. And I think it's great. And choose the material for leather. Not this one, I think. Which one? Oh, this one. And you can just start. Okay. Let's just come back.
Now, next we're going to talk about the algorithms, right?
Yes.
Many of you have asked about the algorithms in the Make It app. So let us introduce them in sort of a simple way. It's very complicated, but let's try to simplify it. There are many reasons for different like dithering patterns. Here, let us show that. So, yeah.
There are 6 of them for WeCreat Make It app. We just choose 6 algorithms because this one, this 6th one is actually the most common use.
Yes.
So the first one is gray. We use gray for 3D engraving and also for the stamp making. And I introduced you the functionality of this algorithm. This one just turns image into a black and white photo and retaining different shades of gray. And it's perfect for images needing to show details and shadows, like photos or intricate artworks. Also, if you're 3D, perfect for this one. And there are also Stuckey, Jarvis, Atkinson, Floyd. These 4 are dithering algorithms that create smooth transitions and detailed images. Different algorithms work better for different materials and effects. Yeah, we'll put a chart here on the screen. You guys can save them for later. Yeah, and the threshold, this one is different because this converts picture to pure black and white, keeping only the darkest and brightest parts. Ideal for simple, high contrast designs like logos and text.
I think threshold is also ideal for like those punk rock posters.
Oh, a stencil style.
Very punk rock, very stencil style.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We're gonna wash the dust out, and we'll just bring them back later for 1 minute.
So in summary, these algorithms enhance image quality, making laser engraved works clearer, more beautiful, and detailed.
Yes. And so basically the image adjustment is really depends on your preference. And the rule is to adjust the contrast and enhance the detail. And don't forget to invert the color if the material is dark. Oh, did I forgot to introduce this one?
Yeah.
This is the image engraving. I just use paper to make them more artistic look. And I engrave this with 2-watt infrared laser, and I use Cyrus.
This is the famous photo, the Afghan girl.
Oh, did we show this one before?
No,
Okay.
it's like deja vu. So this is the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin.
We use 40 watt to do this 3D engraving. We used 20 watts before, but I think 40 watts is more powerful.
Right.
Like it creates more deeper depth.
So, but Ria, I think there are, like, for the image algorithms, there are 2 or 3 modes that you sort of, always go to, right?
Yes, and I first learned about these algorithms on Lightburn, and that actually I usually
Stuck to
use
Jarvis.
Yeah, Jarvis. This is the one I use most of the time. And for 3D engraving, I use gray.
Yeah.
And if I want to create like a better contrast, I will just go with stuffy,
Right.
like I introduced.
Okay. So
And-
those 3 are the main ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so before waiting for the leather engraving, we just go with these projects that we made.
Okay.
For recently made projects.
Yeah.
I like this one. You guys should try
Pow.
them out.
Yes.
Yeah. And for today's homework, guys, today's homework for this live stream is you guys can engrave photo and post it in the Facebook group. Okay.
Right.
Don't forget to hashtag the WeCreat official
Yes.
account. Oh, this is the final result of 3D engraving. I think I light it up a little bit for this one, but this is one I only pop out the face. But this one is I lighten up the background a little bit too. They're
Let's
just
do
two
it side by side.
different.
Very nice. 3D engraving.
Yeah. It's really amazing. Just by, editing the image, you will get this effect. It's really amazing. And so Father's Day projects
Yes.
for you guys. There are just a lot of them. A lot
of
to show.
them.
Yeah. The first one, this pop-out card.
This is a pop-up card for Father's Day.
You can also engrave on some words you want to say to your dad and engrave on the cards too.
More money or something like that.
And this is the photo frame here.
These are for dads who have little child, for little kids. Maybe a picture of your daughter and a picture of your son right here.
Yeah. And this is a door hanger.
Door hanger. Do not disturb. Dad is working. And you can change that to some other words too.
Yeah, and this is a box, the gift box, where you can use that as
Organizer.
organizer.
So you can put your keys, your small stuff.
Wallet.
Yeah.
No, watch.
Dad.
And we just use a paper tip because it's actually, we waited for the glue to get dry.
Yeah.
And I think the connecting part is really amazing.
Yeah.
It works pretty good. And this one, ooh, this is quite heavy.
What is
You
it?
can engrave some patterns you like for your dad, and actually this is the hammer inside. For dads who like to do wood crafting, yeah. When it comes to being a great dad, you've nailed it. Oh, this is so sweet.
Yes.
We can also engrave on the hammer itself too. And there are more of these. Oh, this is the whole box
Of stuff.
small stuff inside.
A box of goodies. There are some bookmarks that they make. So let me read one of them. Okay, Father, funny, admirable, trustworthy, helpful, encouraging, reliable. Some people don't believe in heroes, but they haven't met my dad.
Wow, this is so nice. And these are two leather projects. You can
Coin
just-
bags,
Mhm,
coins
coin
bags.
bags.
Yeah. Coin purse.
And the cars too. World's greatest feather.
We made a small one, but we can do a big one. You can do a big one.
You can use the conveyor feeder. A conveyor feeder to create like a larger, like the hanger. This one,
Yes.
make a bigger one, or the something like this. Make a bigger
Right.
one. And this is the keychain hanger. Different keychains for.
It's actually not a keychain, but it's the different kids' name on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
If your dad likes to fish.
Yes. There's a lot of fishing stuff that we made, and some sporting stuff, and
Oh, this is the keychain
yes.
that I mentioned.
Oops.
We use our color wooden panels. So if you're a small business owner, you save time for painting, and they just increase the efficiency.
If you like baseball, if you like basketball, soccer,
And not only Father's Day, like any occasion, special
Yes.
days.
it's the cheapest Father's Day present that you can get.
This will come with the gift.
Because Dad would love for you guys to save money, right?
That's right.
Isn't that right?
And this is the organizer. You can put your desk handcrafting tools inside. Oh, I like this one. These are fridge magnets.
These are for the car nuts. I actually picked 4 different jokes.
I
Like,
like the fact of the engraving for on. This is our black colored board.
yeah. So this is a classic Ford Mustang, and then the joke is, what do Michigan auto workers do on Chunko de Mayo? They have a Ford Fiesta. Okay.
So there are different jokes here.
These are the dad's jokes. What kind of car does Yoda drive? A Toyota.
This is so hilarious. Oh, and talking about jokes, this is tumbler engraving that we made. I keep all my dad jokes in a database. So there are jokes here. You can also make a personalized your own one here.
Yes. If you have a lot of good family jokes, then engrave your own stuff on it.
Family models. And here, cars. And the trophy for the best that for
Yes,
the
this is
whole
kind of cute.
galaxy.
So actually, I think this is also, yeah. Okay, these are also gift card holders. So you can buy like an Apple App Store, iTunes, whatever, Best Buy gift card. There used to be like borders and books and all that stuff, but they're all closed down. So gift cards that you can stick in.
Written something inside.
Yeah.
And these are just projects for, and this is a box that you can put gifts inside. There are just so many of them waiting for you to explore in our resourceful library.
Yes.
And not only that. And did I mention this one? Oh, I have to tell you guys. And this is the acrylic engraving that I made. This is a gray acrylic. I use 40 watt to do the photo engraving.
Right.
I didn't expect 40 watt can do photo engraving in this way, you know? Look at the details. You can see her pores and wrinkles and the raindrops on her water. Wow, this is so nice, stunning details. And this is for the 2 watt infrared laser engraving. This is the AI generated image, and basically I just changed the contrast and enhanced the details for sharpness for a little bit, and then I start engraving. Wow, this is the dog engraving here. You can just wipe out the extra
There's a
dust
little
here.
bit of dust and ash on it. So
Yeah.
after you wash it, it will look nice.
Yeah, and also you can engrave some like family photo. It could be a really nice personalized gift.
Yes.
And this one, actually these are the same picture, but I inverted to a pencil sketching version, and I engraved on the blackboard of WeCreat's color wooden panels. I think this one is especially perfect for like the animation or the manga engraving. Really
Comics.
nice contrast.
Yeah.
So don't forget your homework for today's live stream. You should try more like just engrave on a photo and post them in a Facebook group. And I think that's all.
Yep.
Just go to our resourceful library and check more projects and start to make one.
Yes.
And I think now it's time for our Q&A session.
So there's a lot to go through for today. I hope you learn a little bit today.
Yeah.
So Ria, I think it's really great that whenever our audience, asks us a question and if we don't know enough about it, we immediately go and Google and look up articles, try to learn it, and then demo to our audience, right?
Yes, and you guys ask and we'll just do it in our live stream. And I enjoyed so much. I learned a lot in the past few months. And we really want our live show to be worthwhile of your time and support. I think it's just so important for us here to be here when we're trying to produce things to share with you. We want to provide value beyond just giving you this machine.
Yes. So yes, please help us learn and help our company grow. Any laser topics you guys are interested and excited about, do let us know and let's put it on our agenda.
And don't forget to share and
subscribe
our live stream and bring more people into our community.
Yes.
And I think now it's time for our Q&A session. If you have any doubts or suggestions, just put them in the chat box below. Okay. Okay, before we start the Q&A session, here is an exclusive offer for our live stream audience.
Yes,
Yeah.
again, we have a $150 coupon code for you guys, for the live stream audience. Again, this is extra $50 off of any bundle that you can find on the web.
Yes.
On our website,
Yes, extra $50 off of any bundles you will find on our website, which is really... Yeah, this is for our viewers, and thanks for your support and appreciation. Yeah.
So the code is WeCreate Live 2. So it's WeCreate 2.
Yes,
okay?
And I think I will put the code in the description box below after the live stream too. And for some of you are just coming to the live stream, and we talked about photo engraving techniques, and you can after this stream you can just go back and watch.
Yeah, and it's valid until
June 30th.
Yeah, June 30th. It's first come, first served.
Yeah, so act first, act fast.
Is there any new friends, or there are too many new friends that we cannot like welcome every one of them?
Yeah, and I think welcome Gabrielle.
Joe has always been here from
Joe.
day one. Thank you for your support, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. And Crochet. Chris. Yeah, there's so many new friends. Judy
was here last time, I think.
Dawn. Myra.
I don't recognize this name.
And Laser Chop 3D. Are you a small business owner?
Laser Chop 3D. That's a nice name.
Yeah, nice name. And our old friends Cassandra.
Shakora.
Greg. Yes. Welcome.
Okay. Welcome. And if you're old friends, welcome back again.
So the first question is one that I think many of our customers are curious about. When is the automatic conveyor shipping, and what about the 40 watt?
Yeah, we would like to thank everybody for your support. Like we mentioned before, making a product and making it work with all the hardware and software and manufacturing capacity, it's not an easy thing. And thinking back, we did ran into the same problem last September with our first model. So our accepted shipping date is still in late June to early July, and that is thank you guys for your support. Next question.
Next question from Steve. I placed an order for the 2-watt laser head. Anything to watch out for when I swap the laser heads?
Yes, I think
This is important.
Yes, we talked about this internally, and we got a lot of guidance from the product managers and Ellen and all of that. So first of all, this is very important. Always remember to turn off vision when you try to swap the laser heads. This is very, very important. Otherwise, it may cause a short circuit, or it could damage the circuit board or something like that.
Yes, and the laser head can only be moved or removed from the axis when you turn off the vision.
Yeah, when the power is off. And when you're pulling out the cable, please use your finger now to open the latch connecting the ribbon cable, and do so very gently.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also, we shoot a how-to video in our YouTube account.
With your beautiful hand, so.
Yeah, I made that video actually. For me, it's actually kind of easy. It only takes me about 3 to 5 minutes to swap the laser head, actually. But you have to do it gently.
Yeah, it's always, I used to be a DIY guy too. I'm not much anymore, but you need a little bit of, tweaking and handy, but it's not hard. And, if you do it gently and carefully, it's not going to break anything.
Yeah, so basically you're going to remove the laser head itself and also the circuit board.
Yeah.
The circuit board is really fragile, so.
Just watch her instructions, her instructional video, attentively, and then do that.
Yes. And so next question.
Oh, I think there's still one more step.
Okay.
So when you've swapped in the new laser head, when you're connecting the flexible printed circuit cable, which is like a ribbon cable but with many little strands, please ensure the pins are inserted into the slot and then secure it. So make sure that it matches the slot.
Oh, so Laser Chops 3D is Joe again.
Oh.
It's just the YouTube name.
Okay.
Okay. So next question from Stacy. I read about the camera calibration. How often do I need to do that?
Not really often. It's not something that, it's not a day-to-day maintenance kind of thing. It's the camera calibration is really used to troubleshoot two problems that when you run into. So the first problem is when you're engraving and when the cutting is off by 2 millimeters or more. That's one of the problems. And the second one is when the app isn't correctly showing what the camera is sort of capturing.
Yes, and talking about maintenance, like the cleaning and the lubricating of the axis is really important too, especially for you're doing like heavy cutting tasks for a lot of time.
I think it's the perfect time to talk about how my team sort of does it, because this is out of the blue, but when you're trying to cut things like paper or something that's easily flammable, please empty the tray every time after you're done. It's a safety precaution that it's just a little bit of trouble, but it can prevent a lot of hassle. So and we have our team clean the laser head around once per week. We're sort of a heavy users because we're always making projects for you guys. So once a week is okay. And if you're a heavy user, we recommend to clean the laser head and the slab panels around once a week. But if you don't use it that much, then you can do it less frequently.
Yes. And do you need to calibrate after switching to the laser heads? We didn't do that, but actually, if you don't see any problems, then you don't have to calibrate.
It's not required.
So next one. Thanks from Amanda. Thanks for doing the live stream. However, thank you. And I'm trying to decide which machine to buy. Any guidance you can give me? Yeah, sure. We talked about this in our last live stream.
Why don't you give her a lowdown?
Yeah. So I think Alan or Patrick answered the question in the chatting box too. For 2 watt, if you are engraving on plastic or acrylic or metals, gold, silver, or any metal materials, like 2 watt is perfect, and it will give you really delicate details. But for 20 watt and 40 watt, the cutting ability is really powerful. But 20 watt is kind of like a balance in between and the high cost performance. Yeah.
So the 2 watt is not really meant for cutting.
Yeah.
You have to notice if you want to cut stuff like wood, leather, paper, and all that stuff, then go for the 20 or the 40 watt. And so the 2 watt is really perfect. It's an infrared laser head, so it's really perfect for, like she just said, a lot of plastics and acrylic and all that stuff and metal. So if you're like say a jewelry maker, then the 2 watt infrared head should be what you want. But if you want the sweet spot, then it's the 20 watt. It does both cutting and engraving and all that stuff.
Yeah, but to my experience, there are 3 machines here, and if I'm going to engrave, like for example, this acrylic engraving, 2 watt, absolutely. And but usually I use 20 watt for a lot of time because the power settings is really easy. Talking about 40 watt, it can engrave like details too, but the power setting is a little bit tricky. You're gonna have to test for a lot of time because it's really powerful. So I think it depends on your needs. And if you're a beginner I think 20 watt is still the perfect, like a sweet spot.
And there's something that I think you have to, we have to stress is that for some applications, you really need a 40 watt to do that. For example, the relief engraving, and for some acrylic, I think 40 watt can. Didn't you engrave those with a 40 watt, the gray one?
I engraved the gray one with the 40 watt.
Let's show the audience once again, because it's the easiest way to sort of explain. Yeah, I think you can hold that close to the camera.
This one I used 40 watt to engrave. It's nice too, and also work on acrylic too.
Yeah, so the 40 watt can do what the 20 watt cannot do, which is the relief engraving. I'm always trying to say relief painting, but it's relief engraving, which is 3D engraving. And the other one is it can do a better job on acrylic than the 20 watt.
And any video on cleaning, we had a live stream before. You can go to the live stream section about maintenance. And Alan was there showing you how to clean the laser head inside and also the lubricating the axis.
Right.
The frames too. And next one, let's see.
Let's do the live questions.
Is PDF file can be no. So far, like a WeCreat Make It app is not support the PDF file, right? Format.
I don't think so. Not from my memory, but we'll explore it.
Yeah. How is color grading being done? So you mean color grading the 3D effect? Yes. I think our viewers, thanks for guys. You answer a lot of questions. And by just choosing the power setting and speed, but also the contrast of the picture itself. And I just saw one question asking about the camera when I use to light burn. When you are using light burn, like the camera is not fully compatible, but you can use the camera if you send out the task, and then you can adjust the position of the picture. So it's not fully compatible, but you can use that one to check the position. And okay, let's see, any more questions? Oh, Darren, I'm sorry about that, but actually I understand you want WeCreat Make It app to make all the projects, but we are working on it too. Like we said, for the first project, we are uploading. Like we're working on features like one-click button to transform your picture, your photos to the laser-friendly one.
This answers in regards to Darren, who mentioned that he's disappointed that we are demoing other tools to sort of achieve what we want. Like we just said, we are in. And I mentioned earlier in the live stream, we are we are always in the loop for like future software developments, and sometimes RIA is the pioneer in finding out problems and looking for suggestions from you guys. So it's on the agenda, and we're gonna improve the software. Okay.
Yes, and Myra says she wants to engrave metal business cards. For engraving metal business card, I think 20 watt and 2 watt, they both can do. But if your pattern includes really fine details, like I think you should go with 2 watt infrared laser.
If your raw material is anodized aluminum cards, then the 20 watt can do it. But if your raw material is something else, it's some other metals, then you much better go with 2 watt.
Yes. And anything else? And the software, yeah, the software I use is Me Too, and you guys can check the description box after the live stream. And if you haven't started from the beginning, you can go back and check the project.
So the first one she demoed was Meitu, MEITU, and the second one it's image-r, which is imag-r.com.
And Dawn asked, what kind of grease do you use once we use the sample sent with the machine? I think that one we said about it, like in our live stream about maintenance.
Yeah.
And also there's timestamps. You can go check about it for the recommendation for the grease.
How about you post that answer on the description after?
Yes, and also we recommend to use the grease with the it's not a fluid one because it would drip into the machine. Yeah. Is there a training video for using the 2 watt with acrylic? Dave, if you want to see that, maybe I think we should arrange one 2 watt but 2 watt actually engraving takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time though. But I think we can show you guys with 2 watt acrylic. Acrylic engraving is really popular. Yeah, we can definitely show this. So how about next time we engrave on acrylic? Anything else you guys are interested? We could just put it in our agenda. Let's see. When do you do the relief graving? How deep can it cut enough on soft woods?
Do you have an answer to that?
How deep? This is for 100 power and 120 speed, but we haven't had the deepest because that would be talking about cutting, right? So far, 40 watt
we'll
can
do some
cut through,
experiments.
40 watt can cut through 20 millimeters of softwood. But I'm not sure. I think you can do deeper, but that would affect the image itself. So if your image have really small details, that could burn the lines. It depends on the picture, I think. Is there a way to center text without creating separate text blocks or lines? I think this is for our next version of software.
I think this is 2.0.3.
Yeah.
That is going to come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It will come out. And
we have a better text alignment options like align left, align middle, align right, all that stuff. Yes. Yeah, sorry if it took so long.
Let's see. Any more questions for you guys? Any topics, any projects you guys want to see? Can you put pictures on mirrors? We engraved mirror on the back of the mirror, and it will show on the surface of the mirror. Yeah, we did that in a
we did like a flower, and I think if you can do a flower, then you can probably
I can just get it. Hold on.
Okay.
The mirror engraving.
Please don't take that long, because I'm the only one talking.
Okay.
Let me see if there's any questions that I can answer. Okay.
This is a mirror engraving. Actually,
why don't you take it close to the...
We engraved on the back of the mirror.
Here,
directly.
I'll bring it closer to the camera. Meanwhile, you can keep talking.
Okay. So don't forget the coupon code for 150
And then this is the front.
dollars off, and I'll put the code down below in the description box.
Looking at you guys.
Okay, I think this is all for today's live stream. Thank you guys for supporting, and if you guys are curious about how to maintain this, how to clean the machine, just go back to the live stream. Also, I will put the link down below too. So if you have any doubts or suggestions, don't forget to contact our support at WeCreat.com. That is without E.
Yes.
And Alan is our super, Alan is really professional.
I think also, yeah, his whole team. Alan, Patrick, Becca, they are all very professional people.
Thank you guys. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe the live stream. And if you have any topics you are curious about, and you can tell us too.
Yeah.
I think this is for today's live stream.
Okay, thank you very much for your support.
See you.
See you next time.
See you next time.